Richardson.
I'm Witt.
And we're going to be talking about short answers and essay questions. And a short answer is just one line or a few sentences to answer to a particular question, so it's not going to be like multiple choice, it's not going to have options.
Essay questions. By definition, it means the word essay is described as a short piece of writing on a particular topics that it's done by most of the students as part of the course of study.
So tips for short answers are, if the questions are weighted differently, make sure to pay attention to that. If one question's worth 10 points and then another is worth 30, make sure you spend more time on the 30-point question. Then you should also time yourself, like if there's 10 questions and the test is an hour, then work on each question for about 6 minutes. And you need to pay attention to how the question is phrased, like if it says true or false or like all that stuff, you need to pay attention to that. And also write neatly. Sometimes if your professor or instructor can't read your handwriting, they'll just mark it wrong even though you could have had the right answer. Then make sure you review your notes often before the exam. If you don't know a question, skip it and come back. Also make sure you fully know the information and be able to explain it.
Alright, tips for essay questions. Well, first of all, you got to understand the question before you write it down. And then you might want to plan ahead before you write it down because you want the structure down. And you might want to put your thoughts in an organized manner so that the professor or the instructor, whoever is going to grade your work, will be understanding the work. Use the stuff that you learn in the class, relate to it, so that the professor will pay an extra attention on the stuff that you actually pay attention in class. And to create effect, and cause and effect should be obvious. So don't go answering the question indirectly and let the professor guess what you're trying to say. And support your answers with solid evidence and examples from the classes may be helpful. And tips for the essay questions may be too small, but it's only 3 main things you might want to put down in the essay questions, which is the introduction. You might want to include the background. Maybe you want to mention the question, that what they want to ask, and what the answer is going to give. You're going to cover on. And then it's the body. Normally, they will ask you how many points, how many evidence you need to prove. But however, in some cases, when it doesn't mention in the question, so you might want to put 2 or 3 solid evidence to prove your points. And then in conclusion, you might want to summarize your main points and kind of reflect to the introduction so that each time sort of matches each other. And that's it.
Any questions?